Day 74 of the Daily Stoic. Self-deception is our enemy. Quote, Zeno would also say that nothing is more hostile to a firm grasp on knowledge than self-deception. Diogenes Laertius, Lives of the Eminent Philosophers, 7.23. Self-deception, delusions of grandeur. These aren't just annoying personality traits. Ego is more than just off-putting and obnoxious. Instead, it's the sworn enemy of our ability to learn and grow. As Epictetus put it, it is impossible for a person to begin to learn what he thinks he already knows. Today, we will be unable to improve, unable to learn, unable to earn the respect of others if we think we're already perfect, a genius admired far and wide. In this sense, ego and self-deception are the enemies of the things we wish to have because we delude ourselves into believing that we already possess them. So we must meet ego with the hostility and contempt that it insidiously deploys against us, to keep it away, if only for 24 hours at a time. Self-deception upon reading this, my brain immediately moves to this idea of self-deception is ridiculously insidious, as the author states here, 100%. But at the same time, his solutioning for this is not, at least to me at this moment in time, is not satiating. Because he says, we must meet ego with hostility and contempt that it insidiously deploys against us. Well, that requires you to be ridiculously self-aware. Now, for you guys who are with me on this journey, 365 of the Daily Stoic, day 74 is where we are. You guys have built up to this, right? We have been training our minds for the last 74 days, and we will continue to do so. And hopefully, for many of us, we'll continue to live out the Stoic philosophy in life, and it will prosper us. But what do we do about those who are self-deceived and continue to preach what they think they know? I guess the short answer is nothing. You want to know where this is coming from, guys? Where this is coming from is this thing in the back of my head, because remember, the social apparatus of media is around us all the time. And thanks to this social apparatus of media, the 24-hour media coverage, it is impossible, almost, if you're trying to live a highly productive networking digital life and trying to be productive online, you will invariably encounter the societal ills that are constantly put in front of your face. And that's what was rising up in my gut and in my brain as I was reading this, is because there are so many people out there spouting off on these news outlets and these channels. Like they know. What do they know? They don't know much more than you or I. Frankly, in most cases, you already know more than them because they're just reading. They're just reading a script from a teleprompter. They're not actually digesting the information. And in most cases, they're not even letting what they're reading actually make sense to them. They're just talking heads, but you already know this. I guess it troubles me, is the idea here, is the thing that rose up in my gut. It troubles me that so much self-deception is promoted to the world as authority and as fact. We must be wary of these trumpeters of ill. We must be wary these talking heads of violence. And maybe we should just shut it off. I mean, mine's already shut off. I guess a Stoic would, in this particular juncture point in time, would say, you can't control them. Don't worry about them. Move on, Pete. Yeah, move on. Self-deception is our enemy. Don't ever think you're greater than you are. There's always someone greater. Don't ever think less of yourself. Know your worth. We talked about that. It was in the day 60s. See you in Discord, MetaFam.